Israeli leaders are demanding the Lebanese army take action to stop Hezbollah's ceasefire violations. They're warning Lebanon will pay a price for its inaction.
Well, meanwhile, thousands of civilians are fleeing the fighting inside Syria. Christians are also at risk. Chris Mitchell reports from Jerusalem.
Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu made it clear that the ceasefire is not an end of the war and that Israel will not accept a return to the status before the October 7th attacks. Israel's Defense Minister Yisrael Katz warned Lebanon what will happen if the ceasefire breaks down.
If we return to war, we will act strongly. We will go deeper. And the most important thing they need to know is that there will no longer be an exemption for the state of Lebanon.
Under the shadow of the fragile ceasefire, some residents are cautiously returning to their homes.
We have a clear goal to return the residents, to rehabilitate the North. We are enforcing this ceasefire with an iron fist, acting against any violation, minor or major.
Netanyahu also thanked President Trump for his bold warning to those holding the hostages in Gaza. Trump wrote, "Those responsible will be hit harder than anybody has been hit in the long and storied history of the United States of America."
This adds another force to our continuing effort to release all the hostages. Thank you, President Trump.
CBN's Faith Nation interviewed one of the fathers of a hostage still held in Gaza. Ruby Han appreciated Trump's warning to Hamas.
Well, I think the language that the president-elect used in that post is exactly the type of language we need. United States citizens, should be safe wherever they are.
Han wonders why the Biden administration can't be that forceful.
Why is it that the United States, with all of its power, is not able to do more to squeeze Hamas to a place that it could get to a deal?
A new report also predicts a centerpiece of Trump's foreign policy in the region. It says Iranian regime change likely to be the focus of Trump Middle East policy. This will manifest as an enhanced version of the maximum pressure campaign with the explicit goal of regime change in Tehran. Iran is also under pressure in Syria, where radical Muslim rebels are threatening the Syrian regime, one of Iran's major regional allies. These radical Muslims have taken Aleppo, Syria's second largest city, and forced thousands to flee.
We were attacked by armed militias. They displaced us against our will. They started to threaten people, saying they would kill and behead them, so we left.
Many also say thousands of Christians in and around Aleppo are also at risk. They're asking for prayer from Christians around the world and help from the international community. Chris Mitchell, CBN News, Jerusalem.
Well, congratulations to incoming President Trump. It's about time we've had some tough language against Hamas. They showed us the face of evil on October 7th, and some of the foreign policy actions of the current administration really sort of defy explanation. Why in the world are you doing it this way? Why are you playing it this way? Some of it seems to be a continuation of Obama-era foreign policy, specifically appeasement of Iran in an effort to somehow stop Iran from gaining a nuclear weapon. And why do you think giving them money or giving them position on the international stage is going to lead to that kind of deal is beyond me, because they, from an ideological standpoint, are clearly bent on acquiring nuclear weapons, and then if they ever acquire them, will use them against Israel. So it's time for some very tough talk in the Middle East and a very strong show of strength. At the beginning of the war in Gaza, our special forces made an analysis that we didn't have the capability because it was a three-dimensional war. You had buildings, and so you could be shot at from above, you could be shot on the street, and then there were tunnels, and so they could pop out of a tunnel and shoot you there. And they didn't think they had the capacity. There would be too many casualties as a result. Well, Israel has done all the heavy lifting on that, and so why are we allowing U.S. citizens to remain in captivity? The world needs to understand, and it's been a long policy of the United States, if you ever touch a U.S. citizen, there is a very strong price to pay, but we're not seeing that here. And we're not seeing it also with the Houthi rebels who are firing on U.S. naval ships. We still haven't classified them as a terror group. We're still trying to provide humanitarian aid to them. Again, makes no sense. But it's time for some very tough talk, and it's wonderful to see that it's happening.